So the running back position for the LSU Tigers is thin. You got Kaden Durham's a sophomore. You got Caleb Jackson, who is a junior. Caleb Jackson has had a couple of ooh and ah plays, but right, you need him to be consistent. Certainly if he's going to be your backup running back. Now, Harlem Berry, one of the most highly touted running backs in the country. A lot of services had him as the highest touted running back in the country. He's a freshman. We all know JT Lindsey right now suspended from the team. So you have 3 scholarship running backs. Now, we've talked about Juwan Johnson, right? Kind of a jack-of-all-trades type guy, quarterback, running back, receiver, came here as a DB. He's going to be able to help you in the run game. Without question, if you've been to practice, you've seen it, he'll line up in the backfield, he'll take a snap at quarterback. That's going to help you. You're going to need more help, and you're going to have to continue to get help from other places. Now, I think Kaden Durham is going to be all SEC. I said it whatever week that was. I don't know if it's first team, second team. If he stays healthy, he's going to be an all SEC running back. I believe that is going to be true. Last year, as a banged-up freshman, he had over 700 yards. He took over the South Carolina game. There was a couple of runs that if he was healthy, he would have finished. I mean, the guy had a foot-toe injury at running back. It's less than ideal, right? But he played through it, so you appreciate the grit. He's going to have a monster year. But we know you got to have more than just one guy in the SEC. So is it going to be Caleb Jackson? You hope so. We'll see. Harlem Berry, can he give you something as a freshman? That would be an added benefit. Juwan Johnson's going to give you something. But what else can you get from anybody else to help out the run game? I think Xavier Thomas is an interesting candidate here. Okay. Is he a receiver? Yes. But he's got obvious return skills. Last year, one of my favorite plays that they used to run, they would be in gun, and they would motion him into the backfield, and they would run counter with Xavier Thomas. Okay? So anything's available. Like if you're putting a receiver in a counter situation, like he has the ability to run between the tackles, which doesn't allow you to fall into tendencies of just getting a jet sweep or getting something on the perimeter. Now, like, honestly, counter is kind of like reading a kickoff return. If you think about it, like your blockers are out in front of you, you got 5 yards of space.
Slow developing.
Yes, slow developing, and you're kind of reading. If they log it, you go here. If they kick it out, you go up inside.
And you're not taking like the big shots. We talked about that last week with a lot of times when you run quarterbacks, it's a quarterback counter.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing. You're not necessarily just sticking your head up in there and taking a lot of beating. So like you said, you get a lot of space. You got some green. You got reads to make. So unless it just gets completely blown up, you should never take like this huge shot right at the line of scrimmage. You kind of control your own destiny because hopefully you're getting to the second level and being able to make a move.
So, I mean, he is somebody that I absolutely think can help you in the run game. And actually, Hunt has a great story up on Zavion Thomas right now, LouisianaSports.net, and talking about his role and how it is going to expand this year. But I want to see him get involved in the run game. Now, I'm not talking about going back to Matt Canada and running jet sweeps. I'm talking about just a lot of different things. And honestly, and I think you would agree with this, like a now route out of the slot, that's an extension of the run game. A little quick bubble out of the slot, that's an extension of the run game. Like those are plays on first down, go get us 6 yards on those plays. And I think Thomas is the perfect player to go and get that done. So he might not be getting a handoff, but when you throw a bubble, a quick now, whatever it might be, that is a very high percentage play to get the ball to a playmaker in space. Hey, go make it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, all RPOs are just an extension of the running game. They're not necessarily designed to create big plays, like big explosive gains, but they're designed to get people one-on-one in space and avoid negative plays in the run game. So when I'd first gotten into the NFL, like Green Bay was kind of on like the leading edge of RPOs, like in the like an old school way, like you said, backside one step. We called it a look slant, just a one-step slant. A now, or we called it a key route, would just be like one step and you catch it right on the line of scrimmage.
Key was our protection. That would have been confusing.
Yeah, it'd have been a little confusing.
If I'd have got there.
And then, of course, it's developed over the last 15 or so years, closer to 20 years. Of course, it's in the shotgun. You're doing a lot of inside slants. You're reading backers more. We weren't necessarily reading linebackers' positioning or their angles that they were taking in the shotgun.
Yeah.
We were reading more pre-snap alignment. Like, all right, we want to run the strong side zone, strong side power. But if they get this front and if they have the safety down, our numbers aren't good. So instead of creating a negative play, if you have a backed off DB or a corner on the receiver, throw it to him. Let's get one-on-one. And, okay, we'll make a move. We get 3 or 4 yards. They tackle him by the feet. We reach the ball out, get 4 yards, whatever. Yeah. But sometimes Jordy Nelson, Greg Jennings, they'd make a guy miss and score a 70-yard touchdown. And it's just like the running game. Like in the running game, when you run counters, when you run outside sweeps, when you run jet sweeps, all you're trying to do is just get one-on-one matchups with green grass and let a guy move. So it is, and it's an extension of the running game. But as far as the running game, like what we need to hope for as fans is the bright flickers that we've seen in practice of a Caleb Jackson. Like I went to a camp. I went to practice last year. It was a scrimmage, and I texted you. I was like, "Who's?" I can't remember his name.
You said, "Who's 28?" It's all the text.
I said, "Who's 28?" He damn near killed a guy.
It was Whit Weeks.
It was Whit Weeks. He and
best
like
linebackers in the country,
and he flattened him in a practice. And he made play after play after play that practice. I was like, "Who is this guy? This guy's gonna be an All-American."
Yeah.
And of course, after that, I learned like he's got his ups and his downs. He had a little ball security issues.
Yeah.
Like I think he can be to Kaden Durham. He can be that changeup that like a Tolbert used to be. Like you come in and just all right,
my guy.
All right, as a defense, I'm facing this really versatile, talented running back. Garrett Nussmeier's play action where they're completing passes. Like we're gassed as a defense. We're getting tired, and all of a sudden you got Caleb Jackson coming in there, 100% energy. And when I've seen him do it in practice, and he's going against a gas or a tired defense as a changeup. If he can fill that role, like that's a dynamic situation we have in the backfield. If he can do it, now that remains to be seen. But I can tell you, there's going to be moments this year if they use it correctly that he can be a changeup and an intimidating changeup where it's like the defense and the linebackers and the safety that's having to like come down and cover 3 or cover 1 or whatever to be that. They're going to be like, all right, I'm going to have to meet this guy in the B gap like one-on-one because that's just tackle football. He's like, I'm gassed, I'm tired, my shoulder's a little sore. I'm like, but you got this guy running 100 mile an hour at me, and I know he's about to, even though it's illegal, he's about to hit me with the crown of his helmet.
Right.
And it's not going to get called because it's within
a running back.
It's a running back. It's within the tackle box.
All right, so let me ask you, the ball security stuff is one thing, and also like the vision portion of this, and it might not even be a vision thing. It's like, because did we run out of guns some in 2007? We did, for sure. But I wanted to be toes at 7.5, dotting the I, going downhill. Like that was my strength. At a pistol, I used to love running zone at a pistol. I think Caleb has some of that too. Mm-hmm. It's like him being in gun and going across the formation, then turning his shoulders and going. You're taking away one of his biggest strengths, which is his size and his power.
Yep.
Right. Put him, if you don't want to do under center. Now they've done some of that in the practice.
Yeah, they have. We have seen, and we've never seen that before.
Right. No, so they're going to do some of that. But even if you don't, hey, start and gun with the back next to you, get a quick shift, let him go back there and pistol, and run zone, run power, run counter. Mm-hmm. Everything can be run out of a pistol formation. You can, free release him on a swing, get him the ball right now. Because if you have a back that has a skill set and maybe, what you mainly do doesn't highlight his skill set, well, when he's in the game, you got a couple things. Well, you switch it up. You don't fall into tendencies, but if you have multiple things up, you don't fall into tendencies. Mm-hmm. And so I would say, for him, because he does have a very good skill set, it's just maybe not matching up with what LSU has done in the past in the run game.
Well, it's all inside zone.
That's not going to help
zone.
him. Yeah.
Last year, we couldn't. The inside zone blocking scheme and the way we executed it was not good. He can't. He's one of those backs that isn't going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and figure out bounce around and find a hole to hit. You got to run counter with him. You got to run power with him. You have to let the play develop and then let him become a raging bull.
Yes.
And just run straight downhill. See red and go. And if they can do that, inside zone, if we block it well, great.
Yeah.
But the way we blocked it last year, he's going to run, and he's going to run into the back of the guard.
You get 2 yards.
And he's going to run in the back of the guard. He's going to hit the guard. The guard's going to go oof because he just got hit in the back by a big running back. And he's going to like push the pile for a yard and a half.
The play that you're talking about, that you were at camp and he had the highlight play, that was a swing pass. Right? Get the ball to him in space and let the big dog eat, as we like to say here on OTB.
That is the kind of guy that DBs, especially later in the game when like that beginning of the game adrenaline stops running, because like that happens in a big game. You got the adrenaline, like you feel like you could run through a wall on both sides of the ball. That wears off eventually. You get tired. And it's like, oh my God, this guy's fresh. His jersey's clean. It's beginning or mid-second quarter, and he is a hoss. And that dude is running downhill. I mean, and as a DB, you don't want to be in the open field with a guy like that. So I just think from a running game standpoint and a change-up standpoint, he could be a big difference maker this year.
Brambo talks about kind of, Caleb being compared to Keelan Williams. Maybe like in the body type and the look, and looks incredible in his uniform, but I would say his running style is more like Charles Scott, where he wants contact. Like Keelan was going to run around you and pass you, or Charles was like, I'm going to find you, put crosshairs right there on your chest and try to run through you. Like it's different running style.
I mean, kind of like
both work.
Like you could have scored a lot more touchdowns if you didn't get in the open field and just try to find the nearest person that you could go hit.
No doubt. I'll never forget watching film with Dooley. He's like, hey, Hess, you see all that green grass right here? Yeah, that's what we're trying to run towards, not the Georgia player.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, okay, got it, noted.
So Caleb Jackson feels like that player. He is going to look for contact as soon as he gets the ball out in open space.
Yeah, well, look, which is great. Like you need running backs like that. I'm not saying you're not trying to score a touchdown, but you need a tone setter. You need somebody that the safety's like, you know what, man, I'm tired of this. Like so what do they start doing? They start half stepping into filling that gap, and then that's when Caleb Jackson puts the shoulder down, runs through a half tackle, and then runs 60 yards. So like he is crucial. We talked about some of the defensive guys who were crucial for LSU success. I know this isn't a starter, and I think the first team running back is going to be an all-conference player, but Caleb Jackson is going to be huge to the success of not just this offense, but the team and what he can give you, because he has got a great skill set. Now, he's got to take care of the football. He's got to catch the football. Like those are things for him individually, but if they can find a way to get him involved, that's an added weapon.
I would love to see him mid-second quarter catch a screen pass on the edge and be one-on-one. It's just a tone setter. It's like an enforcer going out there. A little bit of a tone setter.
Ooh, enforcer. I like